Guys, and welcome back to my channel Firewall again. In previous videos we have seen what is uh, hide NAT. We have seen what is NAT, then what is hide NAT, and then what is static NAT. In this video we are going to see the properties from global property page for the NATs, and how we can configure static and hide NAT. So how we can configure static and hide NAT. So this is a more of your lab purpose. Okay. So several global properties influence how NAT is handled by the security gateway. So if you go to this main menu, and then there is something called global properties, and here if you go to this network address translation, you will see the properties for the NAT. In most of the cases, the security gateway automatically creates NAT rules based on the information derived from the object properties what we define. So these are the properties which we have. So as you can see, number one, there is something called allow bidirectional NAT. What it means? So we are going to see all these properties and its meaning. I believe this is very critical and crucial information. So watch this video till the end. So we'll get high level details for the NAT for sure. So allow bidirectional NAT. If more than one automatic NAT rule matches a connection, both rules are matched. If allow bidirectional NAT is selected, if this checkbox get selected, the gateway will check all NAT rules to see if there is a source match in one rule and a destination match in another rule. So the gateway will use the first match found and apply both the rules concurrently. So selection of this property, what it means. So as I said, if you have more than one automatic NAT, I will show you what is automatic NAT, but for now consider you define the NAT using the object. You just modify the object property. You just modify the object properties, and from there you define a NAT like automatic NAT. We call it as a auto NAT also. So if you have that in place, if more than one automatic NAT rule matches a connection, so likewise, you have created multiple automatic NAT for, and the similar sort of connection is observed by the firewall. So having this property selected, what happens? So both rules usually match because both you have defined the same things. So having selecting this checkbox, it allows bidirectional NAT selected. The gateway will check all the NAT rule to see if there is a source match in one rule and a destination match in another rule. The gateway will use the first match found, apply both the rules concurrently. So gateway will look for the matches, and based on the understanding, the gateway will apply the algorithm for the NAT, and accordingly the translation take place. Now let's see what is translation destination on a client side means. So for the packet from an external host that are to be translated according to static NAT rules. So basically the packets which we get from the external host, if this checkbox is selected, then what happens? That packets are translated according to static NAT rules, and the destination IP address in a kernel uh, is translated as per the static NAT configuration. So the destination NAT take place and the translation will happen accordingly. This is why we have this checkbox enabled here. The next one is automatic ARP configuration. So select this option to automatically update ARP table on a security gateway. For NAT to function properly, a gateway must accept packet whose destination address differ from the address configured on its interface for sure. This is a requirement, we all know. Automatically, ARP configuration adds the ARP entries needed to accomplish this sort of task. So this checkbox selection is crucial, right? So automatic ARP configuration adds the ARP entries needed to accomplish the task, like a gateway must accept the packet whose destination address differ from the address configured on its interface. So this is very crucial property for sure. And beneath it, there is something called merge manual proxy ARP configuration. So generally, we select this option to merge automatic and manual ARP configuration. Manual proxy or configuration is required for manual static NAT rules. If a manual ARP configuration defined in the local.r file and automatically ARP configuration is enabled in this file, so both definitions are maintained. So selecting this sort of property when you do something on a on your dashboard related to the uh, uh, automatic sorry manual ARP configuration, and you do something with this file, this is a little bit advanced, uh, putting the natting in place for the manual NAT. So both things will consider if you select this option. So this is crucial again, but you need to have more understanding on that. So our configuration is enabled, both definition are maintained if you select this option. If there is a conflict between the definition, the same NAT IP address appear on both the side, your policy configuration using ManualNAT and the local R file. The manual configuration is used, okay, as the preferred method. So this file and the configuration what we have, out of this the manual configuration is used as a preferred method. If this option is not enabled, automatic ARP configuration is enabled. The gateway ignores the entry in the local R file. So if you do not select this option, so whatever you will put here and similar entries match, so gateway will not look for this file. It will do or based on your configuration what you have defined in the your manual configuration, you what you do on a dashboard, right? So these are the important properties what we have here for the NAT selections. Now we will see how easy we can perform the natting, like a hide NAT or static NAT using the object. Let me clear this. So this is the demo environment. I just wanted to want you, for example, take these automatically created rules here, this section, and if I open any object here, for example, I'm just opening this object. If you see the properties of this object, you will notice you have defined the IP address here, and there's something called NAT tab here. Here, what you have defined, value add for address translation, add automatic address translation. So as I said, within an object you can deliver this work. So you have a choice, make it static or hide. This rule is for the hide NAT because of whatever the requirement we have. But this is how you deliver. You just have to come here, put it like a static or a hide, and how you want it. It's hide behind the gateway or hide behind with some IP address if you like to put that, and install which gateway like that. That's it. Delivering this, the rule is automatically get added here for this IP address. If you see, so when you create this at a time, two rules get added. For example, consider this. Performing one single action, the two rules get added for the source original packet. This rule must be for original packet, and this must be for your returning packet. It's that simple having the uh, performing delivering this work. For now, let's do one thing. Let's create one object here. I'll just show you that part also. Let's say I want to deliver the hide NAT here. So I'm just putting the IP address, say test hide. I'm giving the name. I'm putting any random IP address here, for example 192.168.100.100. Okay, and the net mask 255, 255, 2550. And when I come to the hide NAT property here, I'll say okay, add hide NAT and hide behind this gateway. So I'm giving any random IP address for now. So this is your gateway IP address, and install on say cluster IP address. Okay. As soon as I said okay, the following occur, the IP address doesn't match the okay. That is fine. This is a network, and I put it the IP address. That's what it's saying. So give it 0. Okay, and then everything is same. Put it okay. The IP address is invalid. Okay, so this IP address will be okay. This is for the demo. I don't want to do okay. Maybe it's conflicting something like that. Let's put 172.116.1.1 for now. Let's see, it takes that. Okay, the IP net mask doesn't match the IP net mask pattern. Oh, okay. The changes what we did maybe reflecting that. Let's see if this works. Okay, the IP flat is invalid based on the defined net mask. Okay. Something is too. Okay. I put it a wrong net mask. I'm so sorry, guys. So here, resting. Put it here. Say 5.5.5. Okay. So if you see, purposefully I have not cleared the screen. So if you see here, this rule, two rules are added. Right? One is for your original packet, and another one is for your return packet. So similarly, you can do for the static NAT with the same gateway. If I make it like a static NAT, it will, for example, it's one-to-one mapping. Let's give one as a IP address and put it like a hide NAT, one-to-one mapping. Okay, for now. Okay, so two rules also get added under the static NAT part. Right, so this is that simple to configure these things. And there is something called last thing which I want to discuss here is ManualNAT. So the security gateway allows security administrator to create a manual NAT rules. Manual NAT rules creation involve more configuration than automatic NAT rule creation, but provide additional flexibility in a rule-based design. So situation where you need to use manual NAT, as per my understanding, is like instances where remote network only allows specific IP addresses. Situation where translation is desired for some services and not for the others. Environments where more granular control of address translation in VPN tunnel is needed. Enterprise where address translation rule base must be manipulated, where port address translation is required. Environment where the granular control of address translation between the internal network is required, when the range of the IP address rather than a network will be translated. So in these scenarios, we will use ManualNAT. And ManualNAT, if you come up, so let me just do this. So ManualNAT, if you see, those are the ManualNATs. It appear at the last to the last. So I just wanted to open one ManualNAT rule here. So this is what the rule is all about. You can define whatever the things you like manually. So in here, they are saying, say this is a HLN for any network. Uh, you can define your source as per your requirement. And if you have any corporate gateway and you want to perform the INAT with that, you can deliver that. I mean, what are the things you need to add manually? You can deliver from the manual NAT. So just create a rule. For example, let's do this. I'm just adding the rule about to this rule here, and here I'm just giving, okay, just for the purpose. Manual NAT is something where you can create your own object, define your own object. So say this is the object, destination is any, original service is any, and I want to do some translation. I can, give the some public IP address for now, just for the sake of understanding. Test public, and I'll give the IP address to it. So 8.1.1.1 for now. I can give anything like 222 or best 100.1.1.1. Okay, just a simple static NAT. Likewise, you can do whatever the configuration as per your requirement. There is deeper study for the manual NAT, but for now, just understand manual NAT is something you can define your own NAT. You don't have to use this functionality which have with the automatic NATs. So I hope this video is informative for you. Thanks for watching this video and have a great day.